This poem's for my mum. It's called Mother Tongue. My mother's mother tongue is Konkani, but we speak my father's language at home. We have to because having multilingual arguments in the house would confuse MI5 and well, we're just too kind for that. So instead we speak Urdu, the language of love, the language of poets, but all my mother ever hears are the butchered slang words young boys sling at each other on the bus. My mother's mother tongue is Konkani, but outside the house she uses English because God forbid anyone thinks she's a freshie. She's learnt to not roll her R's and use only sparingly, but still she gets asked, darling, where are you really from? She hears cheap imitations of a voice she's tried so hard to shake on TV and film, and it reminds her of what she sounds like to the rest of them. My mother's mother tongue is Konkani, but sometimes she speaks Hindi, like when we're out shopping and talking about the guy who just queued up to in front of us. She smiles when she speaks it, head up, proud, brings her closer to home. But then she has to revert back to the language of the coloniser to finish the sale, and suddenly her head lowers. My mother's mother tongue is Konkani, but the only time she ever speaks it is to her mother on Sunday mornings. I watch her struggle sometimes. She tries to remember the word for fruit and replaces it with English or Urdu. She blames it on her growing age, but I know that she's forgotten. Mujhe maji bas Konkani, and so should mine be. I dread the day that my grandmother passes, for I'm afraid my mother will lose her tongue. She won't speak with proudness or chat back with slickness, and my mother's tongue, it'll feel foreign in her mouth. My poetry usually explores the themes of desire, what it means to love, to be loved, to belong, to want to belong in a particular space or setting. And it's usually from a female perspective or a queer perspective or a person of colour perspective within it. So the Yoniverse collective is a collective of amazing South Asian women, including myself. We're all poets and writers from across the UK that all identify as South Asian. And the thing that brings us all together is that we realised quite quickly that we weren't able to talk about misogyny and sexism within our own communities, and we wanted to explore that in our writing and talk about our bodies and talk about sex without the fear of being watched or persecuted within those communities. So we kind of realised that we need a space to do this. Shagufta Iqbal started up the Yoniverse, initially started off as a Desi Girls Creatives group as a way for us to just sit and talk about our issues and write really from that, so it's quite therapeutic. We then went on to the South Bank, we did a show there, and it was called Log Kya Kahenge, What Will People Say, which is something that our mothers and parents have said to us again and again as we were growing up, so it was a theme within our writing. So the Yoniverse are going to be coming to Manchester Literature Festival. Really excited to bring everybody to Manchester. It'll be myself, Amani Saeed and Shagufta Iqbal, who have all got books as well, so that's really exciting. I'm really looking forward to the amazing Nikesh Kla and Afua Hirsch, and do you know what, I was looking through the programme and there's so many things happening at the same time as well, and I'm like, should I just not go to my own event and go to this one instead? And there's a lot of writers that I'm really excited that are coming to Manchester that I haven't seen, so I'm going to be running about an awful lot.